Oh, I think so. Hello? Hello? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you, I don't bite, so if you want to come a little bit closer to the front, you can feel free to do it. Come on, so I don't feel so lonely here at the front. And I'll continue with my introduction. Good morning, guys. I'm Charlene White, and on behalf of the Royal Television Society, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the H Club this morning for the RTS Programme Awards nominations breakfast, presented in partnership with Audio Network. And a special good morning as well to everyone watching us on live stream, on Facebook Live, YouTube, and of course on Twitter. This morning, we're formally announcing the nominations in the 27 categories for this year's Programme Awards. So if you know that you're in the list, good luck. I hope I'm going to say one of your names as I read out all of the 27. It won't take too long, I promise. Very shortly, we will be revealing the full list, which once again is a fitting tribute to the outstanding quality of television produced and broadcast in Britain. The nominations include screen dramas of the most compelling kind, meticulously researched and carefully produced factual programmes, ambitious popular entertainment, comedy, children's and daytime shows, enthralling sports and live coverage that brought the country together around huge single events, and programmes that made an impact on their audiences, so effectively they became part of our national conversation. So here's how the nominations list is put together for those of you that don't know. Since the beginning of January, juries drawn across the television industry have watched hundreds of submitted programme entries. The juries then met to discuss the programmes they'd viewed, and for each category, the short list of 3 nominations was agreed. A vote by secret ballot was determined the category winner. Each jury has therefore contributed to this list, which covers the complete sweep of creative activity in British television. And again this year, the RTS is pleased to announce that there are nominated programmes from production companies of every single scale, from tiny boutique indies to major studios. And so, after that introduction, we might as well just get to the nominations, because that's what you're all here for. So the British viewing's public's love affair with television drama would appear to be as strong as ever over the last 12 months, and is evident in the quality of submissions in this year's drama categories. There are truly outstanding pieces of work in competition in all main drama categories. So here we go. In the drama series category, there are nominations for BBC Two's Peaky Blinders, Sky Atlantic's Save Me, and BBC One's Killing Eve. In the drama mini-series category, the nominations are BBC One's A Very English Scandal, BBC One's The Cry, and ITV's Butterfly. And in the single drama category, the nominations are Killed by My Debt, produced for BBC Three, Mother's Day, produced for BBC Two, and Black Mirror, USS Callister, produced for Netflix. In the soap and continuing drama category, the nominations are ITV's Coronation Street, Channel 4's Hollyoaks, and BBC One's Casualty. In the drama performance categories, the nominees for actor female are Jodie Comer for Killing Eve on BBC One, Sandra Oh for Killing Eve on BBC One, and Michaela Cole for Black Earth Rising on BBC Two. This is the first time that 2 female actors from the same production have received nominations in the same performance category. So congratulations to them both. For actor male, the nominees are Ben Whishaw for A Very English Scandal on BBC One, Lucian Musumati for Kiri on Channel 4, and Lenny James for Save Me on Sky Atlantic. So now we move on to the factual programme categories. In the formatted popular factual category, the nominations are The Real Full Monty Ladies' Night on ITV, Mortimer and Whitehouse Gone Fishing on BBC Two, and Gordon, Gino and Fred's Road Trip, The French Connection on ITV. In the history category, the 3 nominations are The Ruth Ellis Files, a very British crime story produced for BBC 4, Holocaust, The Revenge Plot, produced for Channel 4, and Dangerous Dynasty, The House of Assad, produced for BBC Two. In the live events category, the nominees are The Royal Wedding, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle on BBC One, The Real Full Monty Live on ITV, and Glyndebourne Opera Cup on Sky Arts. British filmmakers have always been among the most best in documentary production, and this is a genre which is currently enjoying a particularly fertile period. The documentary series nominations are Love and Hate Crime on BBC One, Drugsland on BBC Three, and Prison on Channel 4. In the single documentary category, the nominees are Grenfell, produced for BBC One, Married to a Paedophile, produced for Channel 4, and Raped, My Story, produced for Channel 5. The sports coverage and production categories always invite keenly contested programme submissions. The three nominated titles reflect what was a really incredible year of live sport. For Sports Programme Award, the nominations are the Winter Paralympic Games on Channel 4, Match of the Day 2018 World Cup quarter-final, England versus Sweden on BBC One, the 2018 Ryder Cup on Sky Sports and Sky Sports Golf. In the category of sports presenter, commentator or pundit, the nominees are Gary Lineker for Match of the Day, World Cup 2018 on BBC One, Osi Umeniora for NFL This Week, an NFL show on BBC Two, in his third consecutive nomination in this category, and Roy Keane for the 2018 FIFA World Cup on ITV. Entertainment is always at the sharp end of the ratings battle between the broadcast networks and central to the enjoyment of television by millions of British viewers every week. This year, in the entertainment programme category, two previously nominated programmes are joined by a newcomer. The nominations are The Last Leg, produced for Channel 4, Britain's Got Talent, produced for ITV, and the new title, Don't Hate the Players, produced for ITV2. In the entertainment performance category, the nominations are Michael McIntyre for Michael McIntyre's Big Show on BBC One, Big Nasty and Mo Gilligan for the Big Nasty Show on Channel 4, and Jennifer Hudson for The Voice UK on ITV. In the daytime category, The Repair Shop, produced for BBC Two, is in competition with Murder, Mystery and My Family, produced for BBC One, and Moving On, Invisible, produced for BBC One. In the children's programme category, the three nominations are the documentary My Life Locked In Boy for CBBC, drama Jacqueline Wilson's Katie on CBBC, and the Adventure Challenge show produced in the Welsh language Prosaic ZZ on S4C. And now to comedy. For the first time this year, and in line with the drama performance categories, the comedy performance becomes two awards. For comedy performance, male, and comedy performance, female. The nominations for comedy performance male are Samson Kayo for Famalam on BBC Three, Steve Pemberton and Reece Shearsmith for Inside Number 9 on BBC Two, Alex Murphy and Chris Wally for Young Offenders on BBC Three. For comedy performance, female, the nominations are Sian Gibson for Peter Kay's Car Share, The Finale on BBC One, Leslie Manville for Mum on BBC Two, and Daisy May Cooper for This Country on BBC Three. For scripted comedy programme, the nominations are Famalam, produced for BBC Three, Detectorists, produced for BBC Four, and Derry Girls, produced for Channel 4. The nominations for the prestigious Science and Natural History category this year are three productions which each puts the effects of humanity's abuse of the natural environment at their centre. They are Blue Planet 2 on BBC One, Drowning in Plastic on BBC One, and The Secret Life of Landfill, A Rubbish History on BBC Four. In the arts category, the nominations are Black Hollywood, They've Got to Have Us on BBC Two, The Art of Drumming on Sky Arts, and Jermaine Bloody Greer on BBC Two. In the presenter category, the nominees are Bobby Friction for his work in Pump Up the Bhangra, The Sound of Asian Britain on BBC Four, Ramesh Ranganathan for his work on The Misadventures of Ramesh Ranganathan on BBC Two, and Michael Palin for his work in Michael Palin in North Korea on Channel 5. The Breakthrough Award was introduced to the RTS Programme Awards 4 years ago to recognise the emergence of significant new talent in British television production, be that as a performer, writer, director or producer. The previous winners of the Breakthrough Award were Michaela Cole, Phoebe Waller-Bridge and last year Daniel Lawrence Taylor. This year's 3 nominees are actor Naban Rizwan for his performance as Raza Shah in the drama series Informer on BBC One, comedian Mo Gilligan, co-host of The Big Nasty Show on Channel 4, and actor Alice Feetham for her performance as Bernie in the drama series Save Me on Sky Atlantic. The Royal Television Society Programme Awards is proud to continue its tradition of honouring the principal role that writers play in creating outstanding television. This year, in the comedy writing category, the nominees are Stefan Golochevsky for Mum, produced by BBC Two, Jamie Demetriou and Robert Popper for Stath Let's Flats, produced for Channel 4, and Lisa McGee for Derry Girls, produced for Channel 4. For drama writing, the nominees are Russell T Davis for A Very English Scandal on BBC One, Lenny James for Save Me on Sky Atlantic, and David Nichols for Patrick Melrose on Sky Atlantic. 2 years ago, the Royal Television Society introduced the new category Channel of the Year. The title was won in the first year by BBC Three and last year by BBC One. This year, the nominations for the RTS Channel of the Year are BBC One, Channel 5 and CBeebies. And so there you go, the nominees for this year's Programme Awards. With such a strong field of nominations in this competition, it's clear it's been another stellar year for British TV. Congratulations to all the nominees, in particular to S4C for their first Programme Awards nomination since 2009, and to Sky for their highest number of nominations ever. The winners will be announced at the ceremony at the Grosvenor House in London on Tuesday the 19th of March, and we look forward to seeing you all there. Still a couple of minutes yet to go, but still have a little bit of hush in the room. That would be fantastic. Thank you. And now please welcome the Chief Executive Officer of the RTS, Teresa Wise. Teresa.
Thank you so much, Charlene. And can I add my thanks to everyone for joining us here this morning at our annual nominations breakfast. First of all, can I say what an absolutely great list of nominations we have this year. The Programme Awards is one of the big nights of the year for British television, an evening when our industry comes together to honour the very best work created, produced and broadcast in the previous year. So to receive a nomination is a mark of genuine recognition from your professional peers. Our congratulations, therefore, to all the talented production teams, performers, writers and television channels that have been nominated. Special congratulations too must go to Sky on their highest number of nominations ever, S4C on their first nomination after a 10-year hiatus, and to Channel 5 and BBC One for Channel of the Year nominations for the second and third consecutive year, respectively. We're really grateful to everyone who gave up their time to sit on any of the juries and to watch the many hours of television submitted. It's not a small undertaking, I know. We really value the passionate discussion and debate that goes on at the jury meetings, and I hope they too offer an opportunity for jury members to extend and broaden their own network of industry contacts. As I've outlined previously at this event, we work really hard at the RTS to put together juries which aim to represent the full diversity of Britain's population. And I'm really pleased to report this year that we achieved our most diverse jury composition ever. Of 238 jurors, 29% were Black, Asian and minority ethnic, and 56% were women. And the mathematically astute of you will work out that 44% were men. We're seeing the effect of this on the diversity of nominations too. The Programme Awards nominations list we've announced today is quite simply the most diverse ever. It's also encouraging to see exciting new names in so many categories. I'm delighted the Programme Awards has become so adept at recognising the rising stars in our industry, whether in front of or behind the camera, as well as continuing to honour our more established talent. The RTS exists to celebrate and encourage work in television and its related fields, and our educational activities are absolutely central to that mission. And we couldn't do any of that work without the resources raised by events like the Programme Awards, which is our single biggest fundraising event of the year. And that's why I'd like to take this opportunity in public to thank all the broadcasters and the production community for their continuing support of the awards. I'd like to add at this stage a very special thank you to Audio Network for being our partner and sponsor for the Programme Awards. Audio Network is one of the leading global music licensing companies supporting creatives in the television industry. Their catalogue spans every genre from orchestral to pop and is curated by a team of experts. They work with acclaimed producers and composers whilst also discovering and nurturing breaking talent. And at the RTS, we're really appreciative of their support. And so with that, I'll look forward to seeing everybody at the 19th at the Grosvenor House when Shappy Calls Sandy will host this year's Programme Awards. And I also want to a special thanks to Wayne Garvey, our chair of Programme Awards. And it's a second year running, and thanks so much, Wayne, who's here today. So in the meantime, please stay and enjoy the breakfast hospitality this morning, and thanks so much to you all for coming.